The new Sunday Arena gets a 6-star related bug on the day of launch. Dungeons are no more, and there's a massive troll in the community spreading Ægon rebalancing lies. What a swine! And we'll have more on that story more through the show. Check out the pinned comment where we've got all the time codes for the stories we're going to talk about today. And hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Marvel Contest of Champions News. How are you? You alright? Did you have a good weekend? Hope you did. For those interested in what I've been up to this weekend, I've been dealing with mold in an ensuite and as well doing stuff when it comes to planning the wedding. Rock and roll YouTuber life. But in any case, before we get into the news, I want to give a massive thank you to my current Patreons, YouTube members and as well Twitch subs. If you've got an Amazon Prime account, you can give a free Twitch sub to a streamer of your choice. It doesn't have to be me, but it does really help out and support, and you do have to renew it manually because that's life, unfortunately. So without further ado, let's get into the news. Our first story is a reminder about Marvel Insider. There seems to be some new things on there, new activities and as well new rewards. And the new reward is this Mole Man questing bundle. There does seem to be some good stuff on offer, especially for those that are newer players, because a lot of people do kind of, I think, misunderstand this. Marvel Insider, I think, is kind of geared towards those that are just kind of starting off in the game. Yeah, you could see like just gathering some extra resources month in, month out, but I just don't think this is for those mid to kind of going up to end game type players. But still, there are still some people that like to grab this on a monthly basis, so you know, fair play to you. Nextly, a quick update on the Alliance War situations. If you know, on Saturday I posted a video all about this, but the further thing that was posted as of yesterday or the day before, actually I think it was as soon as I posted the video, was this here. So the war rating is not locked, but it will revert it afterwards. So basically, you probably saw a win or loss and you're kind of going like, okay, well, you know, this is going to be affecting us where we come to tiering and other stuff like that. It will all be reverted back once Kabam do their business, and it will probably be today that they'll work on it. There's still been no further announcement on the Alliance War situation, but it will probably be sorted out today. And now on to one of my favourite forum posts at the moment. DNA 3000 is probably the person that puts in the most hardest work to kind of cultivate these amazing forum posts, responses. His analytical information is second to none by a few people in the community. I'm not saying he's definitely a number one, because I know some people would say, no, I'm number one. But still, I get so many kind of like decent bits of snippets of information, and this one is no exception. So earning glory as a solo player. Obviously there's a TLDR on this one. You can earn glory running map 1 or map 2 as a solo player in an alliance of one person, so you create it yourself. This generates reasonable rewards that increase based on your prestige, but it is perhaps surprisingly respectable even for low prestige players. Now something like this does interest me, especially considering the fact that, look, I want to do some permanent content, I want to do a lot more of Act 6, but I am restricted on availability of champions, and I have to, when I get a 24-hour window or a 2-week window when there's no wars or there's limited AQ, that I can really focus my attention on stuff, because I don't have a super extensive roster. I do and I don't, and especially saying that I'll have a lot of the ones at 4-star that I'd love to have a 5-star is a thing. It's taken me 2 years, nearly 3 years, to get Archangel and Void as 5-stars, so that's a thing as well. But the fact is, you know, is this something worth you grinding out? Would you lose a lot of glory, and at the same time, are you happy just doing map 2 a lot of the time? Now when DNA 3000 was guesstimating or doing some kind of assessments, if he was running map 3, he could get up to 2,400 glory a month. Now to some players they might be like, well, that's not really enough, but then if you look at the fact that you're not spending it on key things for say map 6 progression, you're then allocating that 2,400 more to rank up items, then yeah, there's some positives there. It's not the greatest, but you have to kind of look at the situation going, look, do I want a little bit of an easier time and less hassle, and just doing something where my champions, my key champions, aren't required so much for Alliance Quest? This, to a degree, sounds appealing, but I don't think it's going to be a permanent fixture for anybody that wants to remain competitive in the game. I haven't given this the opportunity to go a full deep dive for this video because, look, this video would turn into like a 10 to 20 minute video just analysing all the data and stuff. So I just want to say, go to link in the description, check out the forum post for yourself, because let's face it, I know a lot of people that have considered doing this, and it is really good, especially if you want to focus your attention on permanent content and not so much towards things like Alliance Wars and Alliance Quest, but still that you want to pick up very easy quest grind in Alliance Quest, but it's not so restrictive on your roster. Now, one of the biggest stories to come out of last week, which I don't know if anyone was really too interested with, because like dungeons are kind of like just meh. You know, I know some people really like them and that's cool, but it's been something for a while. I've just not interested me. So yeah, they're going to be reforming as something called Incursions. It's going to be a new type of co-op mode, and this could be really exciting. And as well, the fact is there's going to be certain questions which Kabam do answer, which is that the potions and revives you may have will change over to incursion-based potions and revives. And not to mention the fact your dark artifacts will be able to be used in incursions. So that is really good as well. More is still to be found out about this, so I suspect the next couple of weeks we'll have the full ideas of what this new mode is going to be all about. Next up, and it's the International Women's Day Boss Rush challenge or whatever it is. The fact is this has gone down very strangely. I've seen people saying it's like too hard and other people saying, oh, it's very doable and it's fine. My personal experience was, I think I kind of played it at the wrong time. I just had to grind it out quickly because we were doing the podcast and several other things. There were a few times where I think it was the Death Touch one with Rogue. I think that was a little bit of a tricky one. Apart from that, it does seem that you can overpower through with 565s, but I want to try and see if I can do a 4-star version grind as a video later on today, but we'll see what happens with the scheduling. But how do you feel about it? Put it in the comment section down below. Was it straightforward? Did you use 4 stars? Did you use 5 stars? As an uncollected player, level 40, did you feel this was too much? Do you, or would you have liked to have seen a lower difficulty one, which we did talk about last time something like this was done, but there you go. Obviously, a little bit of a reminder is that yes, you can run it as many times as you'd like to gather more titles. Obviously, you've got to represent those fantastic ladies of our community. But at the moment, if you want to check out a guide for this particular boss rush, go to the link in the description. It'll take you to Katie Candy's channel, where she's chosen several champions to take on the content. Next up, and we've got to talk about Scuff in this new arena. Very disappointing to see Crystal Trove arena, which, let's face it, I was really looking forward to this because I was thinking, right, I've quickly done the boss rush, now I'm going to go and get on and do this arena because I want to do a video about whether or not it was actually worth grinding. And unfortunately, it didn't deliver. First of all, the 6 stars weren't allowed to be used, which was really disappointing. And then when it was sorted out, and you know, good that Kabam sorted out as quickly as they did, it looked like the way that 5 stars and 6 stars were their points, it looked like they were equal. And if you know 6 stars in arena, they're not meant to be equal. 6 stars are meant to give you loads more points than it would with a 5 star, and essentially you'll be getting up to about 1 mil in less than you might think. Probably like about 20 to 30 minutes, you'll probably have 1 million points. If you've got a load of 6 stars and you've got that time streak quickly, then you're going to be like, great, I'm going to smash out all these milestones, I'm going to get a good chunk of points, and I'm going to be pretty happy about this grind. But yeah, as Darth Mike says, we're on it. Unfortunately, it won't be fixed for today's arenas. It will be corrected for next week's, which is really frustrating and kind of sad. So yeah, not a really good start for this particular arena. And like I said, I'll be doing more of a deep dive on this, whether or not like the milestones, the items that you get from the milestones, is it worth it? And at the same time, we'll have to take into consideration the fact this was very scuffed from the point of entry. We'll really have to wait till next week about whether or not the cutoffs will be affected, because do bear in mind, if you say for whatever reason, right, well, the cutoff for anything like 10% could be about 2 mil of a grind. The fact is, well, next week people will be able to do upwards of 3 mil, and also bearing in mind like where people chart with the results. This is going to be quite exciting, but at the same time, it's a bit of a wary 7 days. But we do have the fact we had that bot ban, so you know, the cutoffs could actually be quite good. Also, guys, don't forget to check out the podcast. We did episode 7 of the podcast featuring Karate Mike. He had some really interesting theories as well as deep dives into Mole Man. And as well, we grill him on things when it comes to Act 6, thoughts on the Cavalier difficulty, and so many things. Go and check it out. Link is in the description down below. And now on to a very important story. I say it's important because I actually got a load of predictions right. Yes, I got all my predictions right. So all the current predictions for round 2 are down below at the moment. I'm not going to confuse matters by saying like how we did a good job in predictions. So just check out what I predict for round 2 based on the results that we're going to see now. But if you've seen Wednesday's edition of Marvel Contest of Champions News, you know I got all my predictions right. So King Diego, kicking us off with the basic, did 2.6 mil and picked up the champion. Now, obviously, do bear in mind the results. The full results are yet to come in a bit later on, but it looks like a lot of the scores are relatively good and low, which is nice. This is the lowest result I can find for the 5-star thing, which is 39 mil. That's still a little bit better than it should be, but it's not super low. And also, one thing to point out is this will get a lot lower. The 4-star version is the only one I can really find at position 431. And this is for 6 mil. This will probably drop a lot more, so expect the results to depict that when it comes in later on. Obviously, I've done my predictions at the start of this link, so good luck to you in round 2 if you're going for any of these champions. And now on to one of our key stories of the day. No, you're not going to see any type of rework for Ghost Ægon with Hulkbuster. It is just not going to be a thing. And as well, this is either photoshopped or is put together with paint. This has been going around the Line app, and as well I've seen it kind of going into different types of areas. So just to kind of point out, this is fake. And I would welcome anybody, this is the second one as well, I would welcome anybody to go to Twitter and actually check the tweets and replies section in order to corroborate this kind of evidence. So yeah, as you can see here, update after overwhelming feedback, the community, we decided to reevaluate our Ægon rework instead. We'll be pushing our rework for Corvus Glaive along with Ghost and Hulkbuster. Yeah, it's a troll. This one doesn't look too bad. Hey everyone, we'd like to announce our next champions, Superman and Batman. They will be added on the 32nd of March. Haha, very good. And obviously, if you've done, as I said, due diligence, you'll be able to see that on March the 2nd, did they post anything to that nature? No. Could it have been deleted? Yeah. Was it actually real from the start? No, it wasn't. So, look, it's a case somebody's just out to troll the community. And look, if you've got a friend that maybe is still concerned about this, show them this video. It helps actually the channel if you share it out. So yeah, please share the video. Thank you. There we have it. That has been the stream. Check out the supporting links for the channel down here, including my second channel where I do a lot of live streaming, and as well up here where this is all about, I think, recent content. Check it out. Did some really cool videos over the weekend. Be nice to see you on them. Bye bye.